coming here. We are the Iranian diaspora who gathered here today to bring the voice of 80 million Iranians who are hostages inside Iran, hostages of the criminal terrorist Islamic Republic regime who has occupied Iran since 1979. We are living in a historical moment, ladies and gentlemen. That war and crisis are bothering so many millions of people around the world, and people are suffering under totalitarian regimes and criminals and terrorists. So, and we know that from Ukraine to Middle East, from South America to Asia, from Africa to Europe, people are suffering because totalitarian regimes and criminals are abusing democracies, and they have infiltrated into democratic organizations and institutions, and they are using democracy against democracy. The good people and the democratic countries staying passive, unfortunately, and the sanctions are not effective. So, like that, they get more courage and they push more to come and infiltrate more into democracies and abuse the democracies. One of the biggest terrorist entities and organizations that support all terror and mayhem in the world is the criminal terrorist Islamic Republic regime, or the mullahs regime if you want, who has occupied Iran during the last 45 years. And they are allied with Putin, Maduro, and all other criminals and terrorists with their proxies like Hamas and Hezbollah. They are raining terror around the world. Just a second, please. Yeah, so today President Biden, President of the United States of America, is here in Berlin, the heart of German democracy, and also one of the most important cities in the world. And we have gathered here as just a small example of millions of Iranians and so many other million people in the Middle East who are peace-loving and pro-freedom to ask President Biden, Chancellor Scholz, and the politicians, European and German politicians, to hear our voice. Enough is enough. Please stop the appeasement policies with regimes like Islamic Republic. They don't understand the language of diplomacy. They are not going to reform their behavior. It will never happen. 45 years they have shown that anytime that they are weak, they play innocent and they pretend that they want to change their behavior and they make false promises. Now the foreign minister of the Islamic regime has gone traveling around the Middle East countries and North Africa, making false promises and playing humble. But as soon as they get a little bit power, if they survive now, another October 7 will happen. If they survive now, terrorism around the world, including Europe and Germany, will continue. So please understand, we are not only fighting for ourselves, but also for the people of Germany and Europe and the free world. So please know that we are also in contact with so many other people in the Middle East, from Syria to Lebanon to Iraq to Palestine, all the pro-freedom people who are against Hamas, against Hezbollah, against the mullahs regime, and want to have a peaceful relationship with Israel and the West. And all of them united, millions of people, majority, they want peace, and they know that their enemy is the mullahs regime and their lords. So the head of the snake is in the Tehran. Please stop appeasing this regime. Please start listening to us. And there is an alternative. 45 years we have been shouting that our leader, our representative is His Imperial Highness Prince Reza Pahlavi for a democratic Iran. So please understand that it's about democracy, and please stop the ignorance and arrogance policy. Please stop that you pretend that you don't hear us. We, millions of Iranians worldwide, are shouting We have an alternative, a democratic alternative, to free Iran, but also to free the Middle East and also the world. It's not only for Iran, it's not only about us, it's about the whole people of Middle East and security of Germany and Europe and the United States. You know that they are enemy of the United States as well. They are saying death to America, death to Israel, they are saying death to the West. And still you let them comfortably come here, come to America, travel easily to international organizations. So